This is Mary Charles, and I'm going to get her to talk about her memories from the past. And go ahead, Mary, if you'd like to start from your childhood, or what you remember from school, or what you remember from church, or about your mother or father. What I first remember about you was what actually caused me to come back to this church was you were telling me all about Wood Street. And I'm a storyteller, and I love a good storyteller. And you caught me up with your story about Wood Street. Can you just talk about Wood Street and what your family was like, and what your childhood was like?
Yeah, well, it's nothing but all I have to say. I was born on Wood Street, and I never lived in it, but 3 houses in my life.
Okay.
And each one were started with a 17.
Okay.
Yeah, born in the 1729, moved in 1734, and living in 1703 now. And I was the second oldest girl out of the family. And I went to Buchanan School in Booker T, Washington, and Armstrong High.
Now, your mother's name was Mariah, right?
My mother's name was Mariah Irvin Charles, and the father was Sam Charles, and he was the second of the 7 of them. There were 7 of them, and he was the second oldest son of his father and mother.
Now, they were born
in Florence County, South Carolina.
Okay. How did your parents meet?
Well, I really don't know. Playing ball, they always go out on Sunday and Saturday. At least they go on Saturday to a ball game. And they lived in one side of Florence and the other one. And they would have baseball. Baseball was their main outing, baseball and music. And they met at a ball game. And
was your father playing, or was he watching the game?
The play ball. They loved baseball. My father was crazy about baseball. The whole family was crazy about baseball. Everybody that came out in the country, that was their outlet, talking about baseball. And his brother-in-law was.
Did you follow the Negro Leagues?
Huh?
Did you follow the Negro Leagues?
Yeah, yeah. And then my oldest uncle, he was a raiser of chicken, game chicken. Talking about the dogs fight now.
Mm-hmm.
He raised chicken to fight.
Okay.
And so there was a Spanish. I mean, not Spanish, but it was a game chicken. It was game chicken. And he was the oldest brother. And
so were you born here in Richmond?
My father was the only one that ever left Florence. He was the only one that left Florence at an early age, but his sister came to Richmond, and she just stayed here until she deceased. But all the rest of them was in Florence. And
so that's how you ended up here. As his sister came here, and then he came here. Was there more work here in Richmond?
Yeah, and then he went in service. He came here and went in service.
What branch of the service?
The Army.
Okay.
Yeah, in World War I. And so he lived in Delaware, and also he worked in Delaware, but he left my mother here, and he went to Delaware, and then he stayed up there a while, and then she never went, but he came on back here because her cousin and all of them was still here. And
now you and Deacon Charles were born here, right?
Yeah,
and your other sisters too?
One brother, one sister was born in South Carolina, but all the rest of us was born here in Richmond. And my baby sister, Juanita and Juan, they was born. They was the twins. And one was born on Wood Street, and one was born in Medical College Hospital called St. Philip.
Okay.
They was born one day apart. And they was born one day apart. One birthday on the 19th and one on the 20th.
Okay, and then but they're twins.
But the twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the twins. And nobody could believe that they were going a whole day. One was born 4:30 that evening at home, and one was born 4:30 the next next morning in the
Wow.
hospital.
So your mother had a hard time of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, did you have to take care of younger siblings?
Between all us, but I never just had to take care because I had my older sister and brothers, and they were the backbone of the family. They always found something to do and kept us going. And I had cousins that didn't have no children, wasn't married, and they seen that we never went for nothing. Our cousin was just like our sister and brothers. They always supplied us with what they could.
What other families, besides the Charles family that used to live on Wood Street, continue to go to Pilgrim Church?
Oh, Green family, they live next door to us.
Okay.
And my mama know when Indian and son, I call it Indian son, but it's Indian and my mama know when they were married, and she ended up with just as many children as mama did. She had 10 over there, and people didn't know which house. Well, none of us lived because they always called my mama Moncoot, and the mama called Indian son, and they raised up calling their mama Indian son because they hear everybody else was saying Indian son, and they would think that my mama was their grandma or whatever. Or what, but my mama gave Indian orders like she gave us orders.
Okay.
She always took Indian as her daughter. She gave Indian order and son orders like she gave us orders. But they lived next door to us, and we never had a key. No one never had a key to a door. And everybody, where we go, they didn't know the Charles from the Green family. Yeah, because we didn't the door stay open all the time. And so we just had 2 blocks, and everybody was very close. And Virgil and Maida, they were older than I were. Maida lived in the next block, and Virgil lived next door to Green, and we were raised up as close sisters and friends. Yeah, we raised up as close sister and friend all our life. And
now where the
neighborhood was, I was the smallest one in the neighborhood, the skinniest one and the smallest one, and were the one that they always would tag along with everybody. They don't care. The older people don't care where they always would call for me to go to the store or do something with them, and then I had 2 neighbors. One of them, a member of our church, Miss Blow, and she was a nurse, and when she went away to take nursing, I had to go and stay with her mama every night. And then the lady who I named after her sister-in-law passed, I had to go and spend the night with her every night. So, and that's the way I came up. And when I go to South Carolina, all the rest of the children would come back, and my mama would leave me down there. I stayed in South Carolina for 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah,
so you went to school there and everything.
Yeah, I stayed down there for 9 months. When I was small, I was about 4 years old.
Before school. Okay.
I had started school because that was the first school they was getting ready to put me in school, and my mom came and got me. Yeah, but I was